What's going on, my boxing brothers and sisters? Another edition of Major Key Mondays. Tonight, we're going to do our first edition of Coach's Corner. We have a special guest here. If you guys don't know about this particular trainer, you must have been living under a rock during the heyday of boxing. He'll explain that to you himself. But first, I want to give a shout out to the people here with me. My business partner, Mr. Troy Graham. Salute to you, Mark Nash. You know what I'm saying? Another dude that I work with very closely, a brother of mine. Go check out his platform as well. He'll break it all down to you later. We're simulcasting from his channel as well. So salute to everyone watching on Breaking the Beats. Let's jump right into it, man. We're gonna go ahead and do any of you gentlemen have anything to say before we bring on our special guest?
I'm excited, man. This is a big one, yo. Let's cook it.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes, sir.
All right. So without further ado, we have our senior correspondent here, the General. If you guys don't know, like I said, you must have been living under a rock. All right, Mr. Tommy Brooks. What's going on, brother? How you doing?
Everything's good, baby. How are you guys?
Man, I'm doing great. I can't complain, man. Everything's gravy over here. Living in South Florida, you know how it is.
I can imagine. It's pretty warm down there, isn't it?
Exactly. Oh man, it's humid, man. I hate the humidity. I'm from the Bronx, right? You see, Bronx veteran. I'm from the Bronx, man. I hate humidity, man. But I've been living out here for so long, like I kind of got used to it, you know. But I still the humidity though sometimes gets on my nerve. But nevertheless, man, you the man of the hour. Let's talk about you. For the people that don't know your history, right? Let's because one of the things we like to do here is we like to bring folks that are from the heyday, from the ground and pound type of era. Where everybody fought everybody and you know and everybody was doing things the way you're supposed to do it when it comes to a sport, competitive nature, you know, bringing it all to the table, really thinking about the sweet science the way you're supposed to deliver, fight plans and things of that nature, and you're a master at that. So first and foremost, tell us about Tommy Brooks. What brought you into boxing? First and foremost, and tell us about your accolades, people that you've worked with, and for those of us that don't know.
Well, actually, I got tricked into boxing. Somebody dared me at school, and we ended up going to the boys' club, and they had a boxing program going there, which I didn't know anything about. But I had an uncle who was on the SEAL team, and he was the All-Navy boxing champion. So naturally, I thought I could fight. I had never had a pair of gloves on in my life. But anyway, we get into the locker room where the boxing was being done at, and they put some gloves on me, and the guy said time. So I turned to see what he was saying, and the other guy hit me. My head hit the lockers. He said, "Oh, don't stop!
Wow,
that's enough for today." And from that day on, I swore I was going to be something as a boxer. I continued to go to the boys' club. I could beat the hell out of a heavy bag or a speed bag, but as you know, neither one of those hit back.
Exactly.
And then the first time that I did end up boxing, it was with one of my friends, and that was something. That was a knockdown drag out.
Wow.
So Archie Moore opened up a program up there in San Diego. I ended up going up there with one of my friends, and I never did know who Archie Moore was at that time because I just followed, you know, the local fighters.
Right.
End up finding out about who Archie Moore was, and he was former champion of the world. He took us to his house one day, and that's when I saw with all the accolades that he had, how many fights that he had. I mean, he still got the record today, 132 knockouts. I mean, people don't even have that many fights anymore, you know?
Right. Even half of that.
I'm sorry?
I say even half of that.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, the guys got 30 fights nowadays, and they call it a career, you know?
Yeah.
And he had 132 knockouts.
Right. All right.
Yeah, and then I got involved in the amateurs, the AAU. Actually, I joined the Air Force. And
Well,
I had went to the Nationals 3 times, and the third time I finally ended up winning it by beating Michael Spinks.
okay. You beat Michael Spence in amateurs?
Yes, for the National AU
Okay.
Championship.
Look at that.
I mean, that was one of the toughest fights I ever had. He had me down 3 times. I remember that he had me down twice in the first round and once in the second round. When I went back to the corner in the second round, the coach said, "Didn't you see that right hand coming?" I said, "That slap." He said, "Son, that slap had you on your ass 3 times." But I was in tremendous shape, and I poured it on that last round, and ended up winning the fight.
Oh, that's what's up. Tell us about some of the people that you train.
Oh, that's a list right there. I've been so fortunate. Mike Tyson, Vander Holyfield, Pernell Whitaker, Mike McCallum, Vasily Jurov, Vinny Pezzi, and oh man, the list continues. I can't even think of these guys. I work with like 25 world champions.
Look at that, man.
I've been
You
real
see how
fortunate.
casually you say that, man? I'm embarrassed of myself.
Yeah, I've been real fortunate.
Well, look, man, I'm gonna pass it off. Then we've got a panel. Welcome, Coach Malachi. He just joined the building as well. So we're gonna pass it off to Troy, then Mark, then Coach.
You got
How
it.
you doing, bro? Yeah.
Hey, yeah, there we go. We're gonna ask everybody to keep your mic muted if you're not talking, other than Tommy and the person, of course, right, Major Kid?
Yep.
All right. How you doing, brother? How you doing, Tommy? Finally got you
Good.
on, huh?
I'm good.
Finally got you on. Yeah. Good to see you, brother.
Same
You know
here.
what? You know what? I didn't know about the 45 champions, man.
Not
I did not.
45, 25.
25. Okay, 25.
25, yeah.
Okay, well, maybe you'll come out retirement add another 20. You never know. You never know.
Let's hope so.
Yeah, but
If we
listen.
get rid of this virus, I can make me some money.
Yeah. Well, just a quick question. When you stopped boxing and you got into training, who did you actually learn from? Who's one of your teachers as far as who guided you as a trainer and all that? Maybe you could tell that story.
Sure. I started working with Georgie Benton and Lou Duva. Ended up working with Emmanuel Stewart, Eddie Futch, Angie Dundee. I've worked with some of the best.
You could have stopped at Georgie Benton. He was a bad man
like I
right
said,
there.
I've been really fortunate.
Yeah, brother. Wow. So give us some bits and pieces, of what you learned from like Georgie Benton, Mr. Fudge and all that. What did you learn from each of those brothers right there?
Actually, what I did was I combined everything together from what I learned from each one of those guys. Primarily, it's all about patience and being in shape, being patient, and know what you're doing.
Yeah, because I think in all the reading I've done on Eddie Fudge, I think most of what his training methods is that he takes somebody. What he does, he takes them from scratch and finds out where they're weak, and he makes that their strength.
That's what I'm talking about. You got
Okay.
you go through the basic fundamentals. If you don't know the basics, you're in trouble, baby.
Absolutely. And then Georgie
a lot
Benton.
a lot of guys don't seem to understand. For every action, there's a reaction. And if you don't know how to make a comeback, you're in trouble.
Right. And then for Georgie Benton, I remember him in the corner with Pernell and Holyfield. He always had a different approach with both fighters. Like with Pernell, he was very harsh with how he handled them. But with Holyfield, you had to be a little bit more subtle. So, how did you go about handling, like, let's say when you worked with, like, different fighters and their personalities?
You know what? I found out I was friends with most of those guys, and but they knew I was serious about what I was doing, and they were serious about their business also. and they knew if they didn't listen, they was gonna come up short. So that's the kind of rapport that we had.
That's beautiful. Okay, brother. I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pass you off to Coach now, off to Coach Malachi,
Well,
and then we're
actually,
gonna come back around. Huh?
Mark is next, Coach, and then Jed
Oh,
Cobb.
Mark. I'm sorry, Mark. Yeah, Mark Nash is next. I'm sorry.
No problem, man.
No problem. No problem. Hey, thank you again, Mr. Brooks,
No
for
problem.
your time. Oh my God, this is, man, my grandfather and my uncle are somewhere smiling at me like, oh my God, you made it, boy. That Tommy Brooks, boy. Hey, my first question for you is, I know a lot of fighters. Oh, by the way, my name is Mark Nash. My show is Breaking the Beats. Thank you again. Some fighters have a lot of anxiety before fights. We hear about guys being nauseated, they get the bubble guts, all kind of things before a big fight. As a trainer, did you ever experience any anxiety yourself before a big title fight? And if so, how did you deal with it?
You know what? I've always found that if you're in shape, your fighter's in shape, you did what you were supposed to do in the gym, you got nothing to worry about. Just go out and do what you're supposed to do. But if you come up short, you got an injury or something like that what throws you off, that's when the worries start coming in. But if you did what you were supposed to do in the gym, you got no problem. Just go out there and do what you're supposed to do.
That's easy for you to say, I'm sure, because you trained a lot of killers too. You trained the best of the best. So
I've been real fortunate.
Man, look at God. My second question on this first round for you was, you said you worked with Tyson, Holyfield. I think you worked with Klitschko, one of the Klitschkos before too, right?
Yeah, both of them.
Both of them. Okay. So you a lot of these guys you trained are Hall of Famers as well. Who was the most disciplined fighters that you work with? If you can, like, hey man, I didn't have to tell this guy nothing too many times over. He was always on time. He always worked hard. Like, who was one of the most disciplined fighters?
I'd have to say Mike McCallum, Pernell Whitaker. Holyfield was good about it, and Mike was also. Matter of fact, we had gotten to the point where I could just call a shot from the corner and it'd be gone. They don't even look my way.
Hold on, you said Mike Callum, Pernell Whitaker, Holyfield, and Mike Tyson. Surprisingly,
yes. Yeah, surprisingly, yeah, Mike Tyson.
And when you say call a shot, what exactly do you mean for the novice people listening?
If I tell them throw a jab or throw a straight right hand, throw an uppercut, throw a hook, or put the combination together.
Okay, so you didn't do the number thing with Mike Tyson. You wasn't saying 7, 6s, and all that.
No. I just wait till he got back to the corner and tell him what he needs to do. He picked right up on it.
All right, I'll pass it on to Coach McCallum. Coach Malachi. I'm sorry, I said Coach McCallum. Coach Malachi, you got the floor, sir.
Yes, sir, Mr. Brooks, man. Congratulations, sir. I'm so honored to be on the phone with you in the chat right now.
It's my honor.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. I'm Coach Malachi Williams, the New Media Today, USA Boxing. I have a couple of questions I wanted to ask you. The first one is about Evander Holyfield, but just overall in general, your training style. How do you help a fighter overcome fatigue during the championship rounds? Let's say it's a close fight. Your fighter is tired, the other guy is tired, but he has to dig deep in order to pull it out.
Look, the key to that is this: ask the fighter, how bad do you want this? You got to go get it. I can't fight the fight for you. You got to fight.
Yes, sir. And I have one more question as it relates to Evander Holyfield. It's one of my favorite heavyweights. I was so upset when he beat Mike Tyson because I was a Mike Tyson fanboy. I was so upset. But Evander Holyfield was one of the best inside fighters that I've ever seen. We had quite a few of them, but on the inside, Holyfield knew how to roll with punches. He can take a damn good punch and come right back. Was that something that you taught him, or was that something that he already had in him?
He already had that. He just worked on it over and over in the gym, though.
Yes, sir. That's all I have to say. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
That's what's up. So we got Jed Kyle and then a special guest that wants to talk to you after that.
Yeah,
Hey, Brother Jones, can you mute? Can you ask Brother Jones to mute though for us? Why he's asking, please?
No, that's not him. That's not him. I already checked it. It's actually not him.
Okay. Sorry.
It's coming from the main guest.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jay.
Tommy, how are you, sir? Tommy, how are you, sir? Absolute pleasure to talk to you, brother.
Hey, babe, thank you.
I just want to ask you as well. One of the fighter I always thought was very underrated. One of the most underrated fighters was Rocky Lockridge, and I'd seen you've done a lot of work.
Fighter.
Hell of a fighter, sir. But very underrated. I don't think he ever got the credit he deserved. How long were you involved with him? Like the majority of his career, or did you come later to work with him?
Actually, I used to work with Rocky up in Tacoma, Washington. Rocky Lockridge, Johnny Barbers, we were on the same team.
Oh, wow. So you come up with him. Yeah. So you're with them like throughout the majority of their career. They come up under you.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's. Were you with him in the corner when he beat Barry Michael for his last world title?
I don't start me lying. I don't remember. I've been in so many fights.
Yeah, fair enough. That's fair enough. That's understandable. Yeah, because that was his last world title he won against an Australian fighter. That was a brilliant performance. Yeah. Also, and then I think I remember seeing you in an interview. You were doing work with David Price. They tried to get you. Did you get brought in to be a trainer for David Price?
Yes.
Yes. It's a real shame because I think he had a lot of talent. He was tall. He could punch hard. He could box, but
he's hard-headed though.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to have the.
He wants to fight how he wants to fight, and not how. You don't win by fighting like that.
Disappointing. He didn't seem to have the mentality of a champion, because he could have been a rival to Tyson Fury, and I think he would have been the perfect trainer for him. That could have really taught him a lot of things, but it's unfortunate that, like you said, he was hard-headed and didn't want to listen.
Well, that's the way it goes,
Yeah, unfortunate though.
Major Key, you muted, my brother.
Oh, my bad. I was saying, and I appreciate that much. So, Jed Kyle actually has a gym out there in Australia. You know what I mean? So, if you ever find one of your fighters over there, look out for Jed Kyle.
Yeah, this is the outlaw boxing.
That's one place I haven't been yet, Australia.
Yes, sir.
My brother, you're more than welcome. This is my gym here in the outlaw boxing. It's called club, and this is the insignia. So yeah, anytime you're in here, bro, more than welcome. It'd be an absolute honor to have yourself there.
And then the brother Junior Jones came back over here. What's going on, Mr. Jones? How you doing, brother?
Well, 5 days, great.
That's what's up, man. You go ahead and talk to Coach, man. I know you and him know each other, man. So go ahead, man.
I never met Coach before, first time.
What's up,
man? What's up, Coach?
Now, if anybody deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, Junior Jones deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
Blessings. Yeah. What's up, Junior?
I remember the night he was fighting Barrera. Okay. He beat the brakes off Barrera. They had to stop it in the corner, otherwise he's gonna get knocked out.
Now we beat the brakes off him, Coach.
And then the second fight, you beat him like he stole something.
Like I said, we did it. We did it together. So don't forget yourself. We did it together.
Everybody knows a good fighter always has a good trainer.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Nobody does it on their own.
No, I couldn't have done it without you. Without you, it would have been impossible.
That's very kind of you, champ.
We had the perfect plan for that fight. So like I said,
nobody gave us a snowball chance of hell of that one.
those are the first time.
Yeah, like I said, man, that first fight, you beat the brakes off of him.
the second time, too, they give us a chance. The second time,
yeah, you beat him like he stole a government mule.
First I said we won by luck.
No, that wasn't no luck. If that corner didn't jump in there and pull you off of him, he was gonna be eating some turf.
He be knocked out right now.
That's right. He still be out kicking like a chicken.
Yeah, we had fun that day. But remember the camp? We had a great camp too.
Yes, we did.
We had an awesome camp. The funniest camp was a great camp. We had a bunch of characters in that camp.
You look who's talking. You the main one.
You know, I was
you were the main one, Junior.
yeah, no.
But it was all
Anyway,
fun, though. It was fun.
anyway, anybody want to kill me in that camp?
That's
I
what's up.
was the smallest one in that camp.
You were what?
I was the smallest one.
Yeah, that's right.
You had all the big
And
guys.
you were the one picking on everybody.
Yeah, I know, right? But we had a great time. We had real fun.
Yeah, that's something I will never forget, champ.
Yeah, we had a great time at camp. But I'm always love you, Coach, because you helped me out
Same
a lot.
here, champ.
That's what's up, man. I love seeing stuff like this, little history and all of that, man. Going on. You guys already had a bond and all that, man. So thank you, Junior, for I know you knew he was gonna be here and you came to show some support to your coach, you know what I'm saying? That's mad respect right there, mad love.
Y'all tell me Coach is gonna be here. That was a surprise to me.
Hey, yo, like I said, if anybody belongs in the Hall of Fame, it's Junior Jones. He earned it.
Like I said, I doubt if I get there, but it was a great try.
Yeah, man, he was here a couple weeks ago, man, and I gotta be honest with you, man. Like everybody was like, wow, Junior Jones, like everybody wanted to chop it up. Everybody wanted to jump on the live stream, man. But I know Troy and Mark, they had some more detailed questions, and Coach Malachi as well. They had a little bit because you remember this is the first episode of Coach's Corner. And Junior, you're more than welcome to add on as well, of course. You know what I'm saying? This is all family here. We want to talk about some of the things, the things that are going on in boxing right now, and some of the controversies and some of the problems, like what we were talking about last time, Junior. But it's Tommy's first day here. So and basically we plan to do Coach's Corner at the end of every month, the first Monday of every month, or the last Monday of every month, and talk about what's going on with the previous month and project what's going to happen in the next month. So for right now, go ahead, Troy and Mark, and then if any, Coach Malachi and Jed, if you have any follow-up questions before we start talking about the previous month. But I know you guys had some detailed questions from a coach's perspective that y'all wanted to ask. So go ahead.
Yeah, Coach. I just want to get your take on I'm gonna call it the farce on Sunday with Floyd and and Logan Paul. I don't even know if you watched it.
No, I didn't see the fight.
That makes two of us. That makes two of us. But what's your?
Hey, look, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. If I ain't making no money, I ain't paying no attention to
it. Hallelujah! I feel the same. I feel the same way.
I'm not gonna lie. This business to me, man.
Because of what you said, so it don't make sense, right?
That's right, baby.
That's right. Your favorite quote.
Yeah, that's right. But what's your thoughts on that? With all this, with all these fake fights kind of going on, you got any thoughts on it? Fighting guys off the internet, fighting guys from MMA. What's your thoughts on that?
Hey, look, it's a business. You got to remember that. If you can make some money fighting to nobody, hey, go with it. If the public is gonna buy it, that's on them. But believers in real fights, they're not even gonna watch it. That's that like me, for instance. What I want to see that for? I ain't gonna learn nothing from that.
Okay, thank you. That's why I got so much love for you, and I call you, and I try to get all the knowledge from you. I try to get all the knowledge from you. But all right, brother.
Coach, give it to you straight.
Yes, sir. Now, you know what I want to ask you, Coach?
Yeah, go ahead, Troy.
Let's just say you were to come back out and train. Name a couple of the fighters that you actually look at that you would train right now, like some of the current fighters that you think about training.
To be honest with you, I haven't even been paying attention to it. I mean, because I've been down almost a whole year because of this doggone virus, so I haven't been paying any attention.
Okay. Well, I tell you what, man.
I'm not gonna lie.
I tell you what. What could you do with a 6'6", 230-pound 19-year-old who has a good foundation?
I gotta see what he can do first.
Okay. Okay, he's my son.
A lot. see what a lot of people don't realize. Boxing is all about basic fundamentals. If you got basic fundamentals down, I could work with you. You know what I mean? Because I don't have to teach you the basics and then teach you what you need to know. It's two different things.
All right. Well, I tell you what, man. I'm gonna talk to my son and have him talk to you. All right.
Got it.
All right, brother. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, Coach. I had two questions. But I want to segue off of what Troy just said and ask you one brief one off of that. How early do you think you should put a child in boxing or teach them, self-defense and like that, for them to have those fundamentals where it's like almost walking and chewing gum. He knows to keep the glove up right here. He knows the footwork. How early?
To be honest with you, if they know how to walk and they know how to hold their hands up, start them right now.
Okay. Good answer.
Because then it's instilled in their minds and they won't forget it. And remember before, like I said, for every action there's a reaction. Look, if you tell a kid to hold his hand up and he keeps dropping his hand and he gets hit, it's his fault that he got hit. You have to explain it to him. You know what I mean? If you keep your hands up, you don't get hit. If you don't know how to move your head, teach them how to move the head. That way they don't get hit. Teach them how to counter off of that.
Okay. That leads me to one of the questions I had on my list. Can you tell us a story? We got you're a legendary man. You probably so humble, but you don't know how much this means to us to have you here. Can you tell us a story? Because I know you got a lot of great stories, but give us a story about a time where your guy was losing and you possibly thought about stopping the fight and he came back to victory. If you got one of those. Like you had to give him one of those Dundee, you're losing it, son. You're losing it. You had to give him that pickup talk. And like, hey man, if you don't do what I need you to do, I'm gonna stop this fight. And he goes out there and he whoops some ass. You got one of those stories?
To be honest with you, I can't think of having anybody in a fight like that. To be honest with you, I really can't.
Never had a come from behind victory. When you won, and when you lost, y'all lost. It wasn't
exactly. Well,
okay.
That's pretty much that's been my career.
No, Coach, remember.
Well, my last one was
I was losing.
What you say, Mr. Jones?
And the Baran fight that I was losing that last round, my coach.
You weren't losing that fight. The
first fight.
Fight.
It was the first fight the judges had us losing.
That's the one you stopped him in.
Yeah, but that's when the judges had us losing.
No, that's those guys. They was getting paid. They was getting paid under the table.
Yeah, I'm saying that was the judges had us losing that first fight.
Hey, look, we had to stop him going into that fight.
That's true too.
So
which is the fact, yeah.
Well, that leads me to my my final question, and I'll pass it on to Coach Malachi Williams. I know you say you don't really watch the fights unless you're getting paid. I don't know. Have you ever heard of what's going on right now called Glove Gate?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Well,
I'll check it out though.
Okay. Well, basically, they're talking about Deontay Wilder possibly got cheated in the Tyson Fury fight. Are you familiar with these two fighters, Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder?
Yeah, Deontay Wilder and Fury. Yeah.
Where some people saying Fury could have cheated. The gloves were floppy. It could have been an egg weight in there. The trainer might have spiked his water. So the suit that he wore out could have been too heavy. It was like 40 pounds of armor.
Right.
What do you say to things like that when you hear that it's allegations that a trainer might have spiked the water? Because I'm thinking, why would a trainer do that for an undefeated heavyweight champion? But you said, I'm sorry.
The trainer would be cutting his own throat.
Something like that. That's what I would think. But some people say, hey, is money out there? You don't know how much he got offered versus how much he was getting paid. Is guys saying could have snuck an egg weight in there, padding being removed, pulling the gloves down? Like, what do you say to that?
My theory has always been if you're not there, you don't know. You got to be there to see it for yourself. Other than that, it's just speculation.
Yeah, Coach, but with the suit thing, he tried the suit away before the fight, so you can't say the suit was too heavy. I'm sure he tried them before the fight, weeks before the fight.
Yeah, you're right, champ.
You know, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, if that was the problem, he got to blame his own self for that. You know, if you tried it on 2 weeks before the fight and knew that it was heavy, why are you gonna put it on going into the ring fight for your life?
Because I'm sure he knew when he tried that suit on way before the fight got looks on. So I don't buy that excuse.
Yeah, I agree with you on that, champ.
All right, so I'm gonna let Coach
Thank you,
Malachi
Major K.
follow up. Yeah, thank you, sir. And I'm gonna let Coach Malachi follow up on that one.
Yes, sir, Mr. Brooks. Thank you so much, sir, for speaking to me once again. I have 2 questions. One question, sir: Julio Cesar Chavez and Mildred Taylor, 1990. You remember that fight?
Yeah.
All right. Listen, this was killing me. This is killing me. Mildred Taylor was beating the brakes off Chavez, beating the brakes off of him. Last, I want to say maybe 20 seconds left in the fight, Mildred Taylor gets caught. And what I didn't understand, sir, in that fight, why was Mildred Taylor fighting in the 12th round like he was behind in the fight? You know, and then he ended up getting caught, and we know what happened from there. But
because he was trying to win the fight.
So in his mind, do you think that was the right strategy? I know you saying he was trying to win the fight, but do you think that was the right strategy? Looking back in hindsight, you know, he ended up getting stopped. Richard Steele stopped the fight because he said he wasn't responding to him. So
I don't. He shouldn't have stopped the fight. You know, that was some garbage right there. You know.
Totally, I totally agree with that. And I have one more question, sir. The Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder fight, the pick off of my brother Mario, the pick up off of him. You know, the first fight, you know, you hear, you know, Deontay Wilder said Tyson Fury had pillow fists. He didn't hit hard. And the way I explained it was, okay, Tyson Fury was fighting off the back foot. Now, a lot of people who haven't boxed before, you generate, and Junior Jones, sir, you definitely would know this. You will generate more power fighting on the front, being front foot dominant versus going backwards. So in the second fight, you know, Tyson Fury figured that out, and he went at Deontay Wilder and fought front foot dominant, and he ended up getting the stoppage. Now, whatever went on with, you know, Deontay Wilder, why he wasn't feeling right or whatever the case may be, that's besides the point. But when people say, well, now all of a sudden Tyson Fury was hitting harder, I'm like, dude, listen. First fight he fought backwards. Second fight he fought front foot dominant. Those punches going forward are going to be harder. And it's going to be harder when it lands on the opponent versus going backwards. Am I correct in that assessment, sir?
You know what? I've learned a long time ago. Adjust, readjust, readjust, readjust.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing, Coach. You gotta learn how to adjust on situation.
If you can't make the adjustment, you don't need to be in there. You deserve to lose.
Exactly. Yeah, you can't just have one game plan. You have multiple playing. Cause remember the brand fight, Coach.
Yeah.
We train for a lot of situations in case something went wrong. So we had a game plan in case I was behind, came in if I was ahead.
Exactly.
And yes, sir. And Junior, this question is for you. Let me ask you a question. You and Coach, when you go into a fight, I hear a lot of fighters and coaches, especially the good ones, say that we have a game plan. We have plan A, plan B, and plan C. You see what I'm saying? So when you're putting together a game plan, you're studying your opponent, the fighter. I guess maybe you're seeing his strengths and his weaknesses. You're gonna try game plan A. If that doesn't work, you go to game plan B. Do you very seldom, especially for you, Junior Jones, how many times have you ever had to go into plan C or even plan D, you know what I mean, for a fighter?
Well, it happened, but like I said, me and Coach trained for the brand fight. We trained for one specific thing and was not gonna change. We was gonna stick. What we was gonna do until it worked, and that's what we did. So we had a plan A, B, and C, and D, but our most important plan was that plan A. Make sure we establish it. Once we establish that, things can work from there. If we couldn't establish plan A, it's hard to switch to B. A didn't work, so it makes it twice as hard.
I've always liked a theory of just stick with 2 plans. You know, if plan A is not working, you go to plan B. Plan B is not working, you go back to plan A.
Exactly.
That way you don't get confused. If you got 3 plans, 4 plans, that's too confusing.
Exactly.
Especially if you got somebody trying to beat your brains out.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. You the first. Coach say he rather have a plan A and a plan B. If the plan B don't work, we gonna go back to plan A. That's all the questions I have.
But he's right. We trained for Brett. We only had 2 plans, and like, and one of we just gonna bounce them out so something's gonna work. So plus, he didn't train me on too many things that confused me. So he stuck to 2 things that were simplified.
Yes, sir. That's all the questions I have. Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome.
All right. Shout out to Coach Malachi. So before we start moving into the questions about last month, Jed Kyle, any final questions? And then Junior Jones, of course.
Yeah, of course. Well, it's just while the gentlemen were just speaking about that, Tommy, I might as well ask this: which fighter that you work with, or just any boxer in general that you've seen, what boxer that you work with was the best at making adjustments during the fight that you found that would just be able to make them adjustments like that on the fly, that they just pick it up really?
I would say Pernell Whitaker.
I was thinking that as well. I was thinking that to myself, but yeah, you were proving me right. Yeah. I agree with that 100%. Also, when you said as well, if you're not getting paid for it, you're not really interested. But when you did have a fighter coming up with fighting an opponent, were you a coach that would study a lot of film on the opponent to pick weaknesses in him before the fight?
Of course, I wouldn't be a good trainer if I didn't look at your opponent.
But you know what? A lot of trainers today don't do that. They don't even watch the opponent, or that's why I think a lot of trainers.
You got to watch the video of your opponent. That way you know what he can do and what he can't do. That's how you make your fight plan.
I fully agree. A lot of boxers as well, sir, don't watch boxing or watch their opponent, which I think is hurting them. They don't watch even old fighters to learn, or watch their opponent looking for weaknesses, which I think is one of the biggest flaws in modern day boxing.
Yep.
Yeah. Also, Junior Jones, brother, I just wanted to ask you a question, bro. Junior, you fought Eric Morales and Barrera. You're one of the few people that fought both of them. How do you compare them as fighters and what their strengths were and things like that? Who do you think was the better out of the two? I know you beat Barrera, but who do you think was the better out of them 2 fighters?
I mean, I think Barrera was better. He did more. But I think Morales, if coach can bounce for me, I think that was more of a focus thing. It wasn't too much of what he was doing, because the coach can remember the first 4 rounds was winning easy. That fight very easy.
Yep.
And the thing was, I think I aroused the crowd and the focus to get to me.
See, what a lot of people don't realize about Junior. Junior was a small guy, but he punched like a middleweight.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah, he knocked out Barrera. I mean, Barrera was 43-0, I think, when Junior knocked him out. And like you said, you knocked him out in 5 rounds. Barrera was 43, 44-0, if I remember. Undefeated. And yeah, knocked him out in 5 rounds.
Yep. Like I said, Junior was beating the brakes off of him.
Yeah, his corner had to come in.
So Junior, you got the last word before we start talking about the previous month's of boxing, and I know your times are limited, so I'm not going to try to extend it. You guys let me know whenever you're ready to go, and I'll respect the time. But it's important to know, what do you guys feel about the temperature of boxing right now, where a lot of these fighters, they don't like each other, so they're not going to give the opportunity to the other person to fight for the belt. But then sometimes they're best friends, so they don't want to fight for the belt. And it's always an excuse on why they don't want to fight for the belt. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm the A side. They're pricing themselves out, or this and that. There's so many excuses on why not to become undisputed and not to unify. What do you guys think about that, both of y'all?
The only way you're going to find out is if you fight. I don't
care
how much money's involved. If you want to see who the best is, you get in there, put the gloves on, and go at it.
Yeah, but the A and B side, I think that's stupid. The A and B side doesn't matter what side you're on. We're gonna fight. Doesn't matter what side. Man, it's gonna be a fight. You train hard, do what you gotta do, and do the A side and B side.
All right, that's what's up, man. So any final thoughts on this, Junior, before I ask the first question?
No, go ahead.
All right. So all right. The first fight of the month. right? Main fight, I should say. Canelo Alvarez. All right.
Correct.
Canelo Alvarez pops up, right?
Correct.
And beat Billy Joe Saunders, breaks his orbital bone. A lot of people feel like, you know what I mean? Like hey, that he took a dive or whatever, this and that. A lot of people don't feel like that. A lot of people feel like right now, Canelo Alvarez is in his prime, and he's the number one in as far as pound for pound. What do y'all think for that? Think about that. And then we have another special guest, by the way. When y'all answer that, we got Chop Corley in the building as well.
Yeah, coach.
He got good basic fundamentals.
I'm sorry. Can you say that again? I didn't hear what you said, Coach.
He has good basic fundamentals. He's a good fighter, all around.
All right, so he's not a ducker, a tomato can, nothing like what these people are trying to say, right? Nothing like what these casuals are trying to say. That's why I brought you on. That's why we keep bringing on the experts.
He's not a tomato can. No, he can fight.
There we go. What do you think, Junior? And then welcome to the building, Chop Corley. You go out right after Junior Jones.
I think he don't fight the typical Mexican. He's very versatile. He can do many things. He's very, very athletic. So I think he's the real deal.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. So yo, Chop, what's good, brother? You're not cooking today. We gonna be cooking on some
You say I'm not cooking today. I already cooked dinner. I just ain't eating yet. I'm going to the party. I did some curry chicken.
What's going on, man? Hey, Troy, take over for me for a minute, man.
That's cool. What's up, Chop? All right, Chop. You got any questions for Tommy? You got any questions for brother?
Just happy to hear his voice. I'm glad he's still doing great. Can't complain about that. We living it up.
There you go, baby. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's right. Now, y'all ever work together? Y'all two ever work together? You and Chop?
Nah, I've been in the gym when he was in the gym before, though. I've been in the gym with him.
All right, cool. You ever fight any of his fighters?
Nah, I never fought none of Tommy fighters. I was a youngin' when Tommy had them killers.
Yeah,
okay,
right.
okay.
I remember seeing him in the gym, but he still went behind the ears. Turned out to be a hell of a fighter, though.
Yeah, so Tommy, right? Just a quick question. Let's just say that you had Chop in your stable, right?
Yeah.
How would you go about training him? What would some of the methods be for you to train Chop?
I would work with him like I did Junior Jones.
What? Work on his power, his speed, is what?
A combination of things: power, speed, agility, movement.
I see you smiling, Chop, man.
Because I wish there was trainers like that nowadays. Them type of trainers ain't available no more.
He's right. I mean, it's sad to say, but he's right.
Yeah, but nothing you gotta remember too is Tommy don't train everybody the same, which is excellent. He trains everybody different, so we all end up having the same set, which is good.
Junior, you're right about that too. It depends on what your ability is. That's what I work on.
Exactly.
That's right. Now, yeah, I'm just go ahead, Junior. Go ahead.
Not about times. The bandits want to kill me.
I'm sorry.
So I said the bandits want to kill me. They want to kill me. They can't.
Yeah. They want to hang you that day.
I know. They want to hang me.
Okay, now Mark or Jed or or Coach, y'all have any questions for Chop and Junior Jones or Tommy Brooks?
Yes, sir. I have a question for Chop. Chop, brother, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. I'm happy.
Hey, man, me and you was born the same year, brother, 1974. I'm a little older than you, so I'm your elder. I was born January.
How you a little older?
I was born January, brother. You was born June. I have a question for you. Chop. Out of all of your years, brother, of boxing, From a mental standpoint, break down to me what was your mindset when you knew for a fact that you was going into a tough fight. Like this guy right here is the guy that if I beat him, it's going to take me to the next level. But you know what I mean? Tell me what's the mindset? Do you look at that as a I'm just fighting another fighter, or is it added extra pressure?
When I fought Lucas Matisse in Argentina, I knew that was gonna be a tough fight because he was much bigger than me. And then going through the fight within the first 4 rounds, I knew I had motherfucking Storm in front of me, and I was like, God damn, I can't move this guy, man. And I was just trying to weather the storm and box and move, and he kept coming.
And so my question is, you said he kept coming. So in your mind, what was you going through at that point in time in the ring? Like, did you want to give up, or were you like, how the hell am I gonna get out of this, or I just got to dig deep, or
I was saying to myself, I gotta keep digging. I gotta break. I gotta try to find something to hurt him so I can stop him from coming. And I was hitting him with shots, but Lucas just kept coming, and I was just too small. And he seen that my power wasn't stopping him, so he just kept coming. I never wanted to give up. Even times when he knocked me down 3 or 4 times, I get right back up, and the referee was looking at me like, "Damn, you're a tough guy, but he's just too much for you. I'm just gonna stop this fight in the 10th round."
yes, sir, I saw that fight too. I think what it was, the eighth, something like that, seventh or eighth round. I saw that fight
It
too.
was the 10th.
The 10th. Okay,
Yeah.
yes, sir. That's all I had. That's all the only question I had.
Yeah, I had a question for Chop Chop. How are you, brother? Pleasure to talk to you. How are you, sir? Chop Chop, with all the because you just mentioned Matisse saying you fought pretty much everyone from this era. Who would you say is the hardest puncher that you fought from this era? Would it be a Matisse, Cotto, Maidana? I know it's a hard question, but if you had to, who would be the biggest puncher you fought?
It's not a hard question. It's easy. When
Yeah.
I went up to 147, I fought Freddie Hernandez on Showtime. I was boxing him, but when he caught me in the 5th round and I went down, I said, "Damn, he caught me." And then the ref was counting. I was like, "I can get up." I'm talking to myself now. I can get up, but I got 5 more rounds to go. He might catch my ass again, and now I'm really gonna be in trouble. So I sat down. It was a smart thing for me to do. I didn't want to get hurt. I knew he fought me with a good punch, and I had 5 more rounds to go. So I said I'll go ahead and go back down to 140 where I'm comfortable at. 147 was too much water for me to tread.
Yeah, see, that's great. Why it's great to talk to the boxer themselves, because a lot of people would think Cotto and Maidana are the big names, but Freddie Hernandez, But that's why it's always good to talk to the box. Also, one more question, Chop Chop. I know you fought Junior Witter. You remember Junior Witter, a boxer from England,
Yeah,
Sheffield?
in England for the WBC title. That was
that was a very good, skilled fight. I think Junior Witter was a bit underrated. Do you think he could have beat Ricky Hatton if he got the Ricky Hatton fight, if they'd fought each other in UK? Do you think Junior Witter could have outboxed Ricky?
I don't think he would outbox Ricky because Ricky's not going to let a person that is a little longer than him box him. Ricky's going to come forward and apply pressure. Ricky, he like to come straight at you. And he's seen the type of fighter that Witter was. He knew he was an awkward fighter, so I don't think that fight would have worked out for Ricky. That's why they didn't take the fight. But Ricky would have really loved to fight him at that time.
Yeah, I think it would have been a hard matchup for Ricky, though, at the same time. Yeah. Like you said, that's why I think they didn't take it.
All right. Mark Nash, you got anything you want to ask Chop Chop?
Hey, how you doing, champ?
What's up with you?
Hey, man, you got it, man. Got a question for you. My name is Mark Nash. My show is called Breaking the Beats. Thank you again for your time. Who was the hardest puncher you ever faced? I'm sure you probably been asked this before, but can you share with us who was the hardest puncher you faced?
It's two punches. It's one person. I was finding in the gym. His name is Teddy Reed. He's the hardest person to ever hit me. And we were in the gym sparring with 16-ounce gloves on. And the hardest puncher I ever been hit by in a fight, and that was Freddie Hernandez when he caught me in the 5th round, and I went down. I'm like, damn, he caught me. I could have got up, but I chose not to get up because I knew I had 5 more rounds to go. The fight was scheduled for 10 rounds.
So you said you could have got up, but you just said, "Hey man, I can't take no more of this. I want to live to fight another day." That's how hard that shot was.
I couldn't take no more. I knew he caught me with a good shot, and I felt it when I went down. And I knew I had 5 more rounds to go. And me being a small fighter, I stepped out of my weight class from the start, and I took the fight. But it was an opportunity to move up to 147 to see how I do, and I tested the waters.
Okay. Go ahead. I'll pass it on.
No doubt, no doubt. So did you have anything to add? Anybody that jumped in after Corley came in as far as the first fight, which was Canelo Alvarez for the month, like, you know, because we had a couple of great fights this month, you know what I mean? And anybody could just dive into whatever y'all want to talk about as far as the boxing matches of this month. And I'm not talking about this month because we haven't had one, because what happened yesterday was not a boxing event. You know what I'm saying? It was an entertainment event. That's what that was. You know what I mean? That was entertainment. That's all that was.
So it was a good fight up there. Reyes and Hurt was a good scrap.
Yeah, that was a good scrap. That was a good scrap. But that was the only one on the card though, and that was, you know, I mean, you know, that's what I gotta say, man. I mean, I was expecting a tough fight from Arias, but also I expected Hurd to try to like reestablish his name. So I was a little disappointed in Hurd, but I wasn't upset at the fight. Just put it like that. You know what I mean? Like they did fight good. You know, it was a good fight, little scrap, but it wasn't for anything. You know, it was just pretty much just to put the name back on the map. You know, there's nothing really, you know, tangible there that you can say, all right, now I'm really that guy again at the 160 division. You know, it was kind of just like bring themselves back from down.
Let me ask Coach Brooks a question based off that fight. Coach Brooks, Jared Hurd recently lost his father, who was his trainer. He went into this fight. He had blew up in weight. He went from, like, I think they say he was 218. He went down to 160. He was unified champ at 154, but he fought at 160. That was the weight he could make. He lost the fight with his brother being his trainer, if I'm not mistaken. How important is it at this stage in the career where it's like, where, okay, the fundamentals, like you were talking about, the fundamentals are there. What's the difference between like that having that trainer who can make that game plan, because or just giving you that extra confidence, because the guy looked like he didn't look like himself yesterday.
Between night and day, babe.
Break it down for us, Coach. Like, because the guy fought a guy he was supposed to beat. He was just an opponent. He didn't supposed to beat the guy. The guy was already a naturally smaller guy. He comes up to fight him at 160 because the fight was originally at 154. Jared Hurd ate all his punches, never looked hurt. He even got a knockdown in the fight. One counted, one didn't count, but the one that didn't count, he actually got credit for it. The one that didn't count, he actually dropped him. But he still lost that fight, a fight he was put in there to win. God rest his soul, his father. Talk to us about what trainers do to come up with game plans and things like that.
You got to be on the first thing. You got to be on the same page with the fighter. You know, if the fighter doesn't get the fight plan, you might as well be talking to the corner post. So whatever you work on in the gym is what you have to do in the fight. If you don't follow those directions, then you're in trouble. I'll tell you something happened to me one time. I'm working with Pernell Whitaker. I think he's fighting Trinidad. And I tell Pernell, I said, look, step right, fire right. And Pernell looks at me and says, hey, Coach, I'm a southpaw. What I meant for him to do was to step right, throw the right hook. But he's like I said, he said, "Yeah, I'm a southpaw."
But you saw it. You can see something outside that he's not seeing in the ring.
Exactly. But I didn't explain it to him. We hadn't worked on that. So when I said for him to step right and fire right, he's a southpaw. He that does everything from his left.
So did he do it? What happened? I don't remember the fight you're talking about.
He fought against Trinidad. He
Oh,
lost.
okay. Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah. That was the fight he got his jaw broken, right, Coach?
Exactly. In the second round. And he wouldn't let me stop the fight.
Tough little man. Tough little man. Go ahead and finish up, Mark.
Yeah.
I pass it back to Major Key. I see we got people dinging in. I got my 2 questions in and more.
Yeah, no, we got Shelter Moore in the building as well. So let's let him get a question in, and then we'll pass it back to Coach Malachi Jekyll Jr. Jones in that rotation.
Mr. Burns, how you doing, sir? Tommy Brooks, how are you, sir?
Hey, I'm good, babe.
Good to see you. Good to see you. Followed you. Watched you for many years. My question to you is this: who's the toughest guy you ever fought, and who is the best fighter that you have ever seen?
Oh, that's not a fair question. That's a tough one right there. I think the toughest guy that I ever fought was probably Michael Spinks.
And the best fighter that you've seen, that you've been around in the gym or just seen in a fight, the best fighter you've seen with your eyes.
Whoa, now that's another tough one right there. Because I work with quite a few good guys. Mike McCallum's great. Purnell's great. Holyfield's great. Junior Jones is great. Vasily Jirov is great. That's about all I could think of off the top of my head. Just about everybody that I've worked with, though, they got tremendous talent.
Thank you for answering my question, sir. I appreciate your time.
No problem.
All right, Coach, I got a question for you myself, right? Who was that one coach that always gave you problems? Who was that one coach? It had to be a coach out there that you said, man, I really don't want to put you in the ring with his fighters. But who was that one coach that gave you the blues?
Gotta think on that one. Probably Phil Torrance. Phil Torrance, Eddie Futz, Manuel Stewart.
Ooh, okay. Wow, man. Eddie Futz to me was like he was a very subtle genius to me. You know, I don't think he ever raised his voice or anything, but he saw what he saw and then he just made it work, right?
Exactly. He did all his work in the gym.
We got a special guest coming in right now. What's going on, brother? How you doing?
Good.
You on the platform, man?
What's good?
What's up, brother?
Rockman, the Rock.
What's up, Tommy?
Hey, baby, how you doing, champ?
I didn't hear you mention my name when they was asking about the great fighters you work with.
I haven't seen or heard from you in I don't know how long. Forgot about you.
Hey, they tell me it's my man. You got a birthday coming up soon, man.
Yeah, next week.
How young you gonna be now?
I'll be 67.
Oh man, that's a blessing, man. Well, I mean, if I don't talk to you, I'm just give you an early happy birthday.
Thank you, champ. Now, now you guys want to know about somebody that could crack. Now, this rascal right here, he could punch. I with him with both hands.
Yes, he can. He can.
First Graham been dodging him.
Yeah, that rascal.
Graham been dodging him.
Punch. I didn't even want to work the mitts with him. He hit so hard.
Hey, Tommy was my man. If Tommy would have stayed my trainer, I'd have been undefeated forever. I still be fighting undefeated.
You much too kind, champ.
Nah, you know I ain't lying. Tommy had
Much too kind.
everything. That Brooks Bomb squad,
Yes,
out of
sir.
all them youngins that we had right there, I would have fought any of them, all of them. And it would have been just me and Tommy, just, throughout everything. I would have never lost a fight.
Much too kind, champ.
You know I wouldn't have, Tommy. You'd have put that
Oh,
sauce on.
you wouldn't have. Now with me in the corner with you.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, I'm going to give you a quick story, right? My first fight with Tommy Brooks, I fought for the USBA title, and I had just broke my hand, fractured my hand, and when I came back, I was still weighing the cash. And Tommy said, "Man, you're gonna be ready. You're gonna knock this dude out." I fought Jeff Wooden for the USBA title in '97, and we worked. He put me in the gym, put me in the ring in Texas. We was in Houston. He said, "You got this. You're gonna knock this dude out." And we went there. We knocked him out. Won the title. Man, I'm telling you. Nobody could bring that beast out of me like Tommy did.
Damn.
Thank you, champ.
Man, you know I ain't lying. You ain't got to thank me. Thank you.
So what was your last fight with Tommy in your corner?
I mean, we just did like 2 or 3 fights. Tommy, what we do?
I don't remember, to be honest with you.
We only did a couple fights together. We had just a brief stint, but I learned so much from Tommy, from bad exercise that I still do to this day. 30-second drill. Tommy was.
That's the killer. If you can do those, you can do it in a fight.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Tommy
They
will
can keep
definitely.
up with you.
Right, Tommy definitely will bring out. If I know somebody, I hear your question y'all asking about, who was Tommy's, the greatest adversary. But I tell you what, if anybody know they fighting a Tommy Brooks fighter, they better bring their lunch pail because they're gonna be there for a while.
Thank you, champ.
You know I'm telling the truth, Tommy.
Yes, sir.
I got a question for you, Rock, right?
I'm listening.
Right. Out of all of the top heavyweights today, man, how would you go about handling them? Like, who do you think would give you any problems right now? Like, say, out of Joshua, Tyson,
None of them would give him a
Fury,
problem.
and
None of them.
huh?
None of them would give him a problem.
I would say Fury, just because
Why is that? Because of his
Fury.
size?
Yeah, because his size and Fury, unbeknownst to a lot of people, but he can fight southpaw and who wants to fight a 6'9" southpaw?
Yeah, we serve him something.
That's true. He is a switch hitter.
We serve him up something.
You had a hell of a right hand, Rock. You couldn't catch him.
That's what I'm saying. We serve him up
that
something.
right hand is the cure for that southpaw.
On a silver platter.
Talk to him, Tom. Talk to him.
Hold on, wait a minute. It's not about catching him. It's about you ask me a question. Who would give me the most problems, right? Now,
fair enough.
We would catch him. You know what I'm saying? But southpaws is like the worst thing for anybody. Any orthodox fighter. Southpaws give you all the problems in the world. But I mean, I'm just saying. I know, and it's on everything. If I had a 6-8 week camp with Tommy, man, it would be a short night for any of them guys. I'm gonna tell you one more quick story about Tommy. Right, when we was in camp, Tyson was fighting Holyfield, and Holyfield was like a tremendous underdog. Tommy said he gonna knock Tyson out. Trust me, he gonna knock Tyson out. And I'm looking at Tommy, wondering if this man had lost his mind. I'm like, yo, is this man really fit to be my trainer? He talking about Holyfield gonna knock Tyson out? Please, man. We went to the fight. Man, Holyfield knocked him out, and it was the preparation that Tommy Brooks and Don Turner put on Holyfield. Man, I'm telling you, them two guys right there, that was a terrible 1-2 punch, man. And both of them guys was my dudes, man. Tommy was my coach, man. I'm telling you. If them two guys put their brains together, ain't nobody beating their fighter.
Much too kind.
I tell you what, Rock and Tommy, I would love to see you if you were still boxing go up against Dillian White. What do you think about him?
Well, I'd have a fight plan for him.
What you mean? What I think about him? I don't think he's the top guy. I don't think he can beat none of the top guys.
No,
Like, well, that's what I'm saying.
I don't think he can beat Andy Ruiz.
that was another brother I was going to ask you about because I see him as a one-hit wonder actually. But go ahead and speak on him.
Yeah, I don't think he can beat Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz can actually box. And Andy Ruiz got a heck of a chin. Andy Ruiz, was a top prospect when he was in the amateur. He had a good, valuable amateur experience. The man can fight. He can flat out fight. So, it's funny, the man he won a title against one of the top guys, and people look to discredit what he did. That's nuts to me. I was just on the phone with somebody who was telling me that Mark Breeden underachieved. And I'm saying, how can you say something like this? This man won an Olympic gold medal and a world title. What more can you do?
World title twice.
So
all right, well, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I might have to call on some favors and call Triller, call Tyson, and see if I can get that fight with you and White, man. And Coach gonna be in your corner.
What, me and Dillian White?
Yeah.
Line it up.
And Coach and Coach gonna be in your corner.
Line it up.
Hold on, Rock. I'm gonna let you know something, Rock. People would love to see. I'm gonna let you know what would be a good Triller fight. You and Lewis doing that grudge match because y'all split it, right? You won the first one.
100% agree.
Now, that would be one that I think people would like to see. It sells itself already with just.
I'm gonna just say this, right? I'm gonna just say this. I ain't calling.
Oh damn! He froze. You froze.
He can.
Okay, Rob, try to remove yourself for a minute, and then I'll let you right back in. Just remove yourself for. Here, hold on 1 second. Let me see if I can do this. Hold on.
There you.
Yeah, Coach Tommy. I was going to ask you: did you ever work with or against Adrian Davis fighters? Coach Adrian Davis?
I don't think so. Not that I can think of.
Go ahead, Mark. You were asking Rock a question.
Man, I just remember, man, when you did that thing, that was major from Baltimore, man. Like that was major, like for you to go in there, because you know what I'm saying. They thought you was a light touch. You know what I'm saying? They didn't know what they was about to get, and you caught them. And when you caught them, it was all she wrote.
Listen,
you get what I'm saying? So
it was.
I think. I'm sorry. Go ahead, sir.
It was for America.
You broke up. Say it one more time. Sorry.
It was major for America.
It was major for America.
It was major for the world, he said, right?
It was major for America.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, it was major for Baltimore too, and Maryland, man. They and the East Coast, period. Yeah, but yeah, major for America. But I think people would like to see that. Would you even entertain something like that? That's something you'll have fun with, doing a little Triller exhibition with Lewis, running it back.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
It wouldn't be no exhibition.
I
know he ain't. Look, when you're dealing with heavyweights like those guys, yeah, they gonna pay you like it. Right now, I don't think it would count on your record though.
I mean, listen, I could care less. I mean, it could or it couldn't, whatever. But this is what I'm saying. Man, Tommy, if you agree right now, like if you say, look, I'll get you ready, I'm saying yes to anybody.
Tommy said, long as they pay. Tommy said, long as they pay. He said that earlier.
This is what Major Key Monday does it with Mark Mass. Hey,
another Major Key first. Yeah, I can send you his number, Rock, if you don't have it.
Go ahead, Rock. You broke up. Say it again.
And I'm not saying no to nobody. I'm not calling nobody out, but I'm accepting all challenges.
Man, you was calling out Troy Graham when I was on the phone with y'all the other day. You was talking about,
Oh yeah,
yo,
Troy can get
it on Troy Graham.
Yeah, Troy
Don't
can
do
get
that.
it.
Don't
Troy
do
can
that.
get it. Yeah, Troy can get it.
Man, so
Troy-
maybe
Nah, man.
you need to train Troy then, because you know what I mean. Because Rockman is you know, the Rock is a little too strong for Troy, I think, bro.
Yeah, man, he too strong. But I'm gonna tell
I
you what I
mean,
told.
look, right now I'm only benching like 475 right now. That's
Yeah.
Half a card.
Okay,
That's
only
half a card,
475. That's up from 450 though, Rock. Because I know you were doing 450 before. You
but I'm
jumped
saying,
up a little bit.
it's like 475 right now, but that's lightweight. I'm an old man. It's 475 ain't that much.
Somebody
I tell you what, brother.
I'm-
No. Go ahead, Mark.
Hey, look, somebody in the chat said they would love to see you in one of those fights with Shannon the Cannon.
I'm gonna repeat what I said. I'm not calling nobody out, but I ain't turning down nobody.
Hey, look, man. Well, you got the resume, man. You're a former unified champ. You beat the man who beat the man. Like, if you down for it, man, I'm sure somebody will reach out to you. I know we're gonna put this clip out there and let everybody know. Rock said he down for it. Let's get this work. And Tommy said, let's get this money. He said that early on the phone. He said, I need them to clear up this COVID so I get my damn money.
You know, Tommy don't play about that money. Tommy don't play about that money. Hey, Tommy, man,
Yes,
we used
sir.
to be in camp, and when he give us the weekend off, Tommy jumping on that flight first class, and he'll see us Monday morning.
That's right.
Yeah, I appreciate you, Tommy.
I miss you too, champ.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up, man. So apparently we're not gonna get no fights, but he's nor denying nor confirming any fights. But it sounds like he's open to it if Tommy Brooks is in the corner. Let's go, champ. Let's go, champ.
Hey,
Let's go get him.
Coach Jed, y'all have any questions?
Oh yes, sir. I got 3 questions. I got one for Rockman. I have one for Coach, and I have one for Junior Jones.
Yo, and Jed, my bad, Jed. You come right in, all right, brother. I apologize. Jed been quiet for a minute. But yeah, Coach, go ahead and handle yours right now, and then Jed will come in right after you.
Yes, sir, Rockman. Yes, sir. This is our Coach Malachi Williams from New Media Today USA Boxing. I watched that fight, brother. I have to go back to 20 years ago. You was a 20-1 underdog against Lennox Lewis. I think that was 20 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. Could be. I could be off a year or so. You shook up the world when you knocked Lennox Lewis out. Nobody gave you a chance. What was your mindset going into that fight, knowing that everybody had written you off? All the media outlets were saying, Lennox Lewis was this monster. He was this guy. He was just going to walk through you. You should just be happy to be in the ring with him. What was your mindset going into that ring?
Rumble in the jungle. I felt like it was the same scenario with Muhammad Ali and George Foreman.
Yeah.
I just felt like I was a young Muslim, taking on the big giant that nobody gave a chance to.
Yeah.
And when I went over there, I was the underdog, and then I ingratiated myself with the people of South Africa. And before the fight come, they all loved me over there. So I just felt like it was eerily similar as to the Rumble in the Jungle for me. That was my Rumble in the Jungle.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Rockman. Much respect to you, bro. Alhamdulillah. Tommy. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I got a question. I got a question for you, sir. Pernell Whitaker. I was a fanboy of Pernell Whitaker. He fought Julio Cesar Chavez to a damn draw. Now the whole world know he beat the brakes off Chavez.
He got
robbed
on that.
He got robbed.
Yeah,
robbed with 2 pistols, hand grenade, and a rocket launcher.
Exactly.
Whole world seen it.
Exactly.
And I saw the look on Pernell Whitaker's face, like he just couldn't believe it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I couldn't either.
the problem, what I wanted to ask you was this. The knock on Pernell Whitaker was he didn't have punching power. Everybody can't hit like Rockman or Junior Jones. Everybody can't. But just because he didn't have the punching power of some of these other guys who was out there, doesn't mean he wasn't a hell of a fighter. What was it about Pernell Whitaker that, in your opinion, that as it relates to the politics of boxing, what that, the boxing, the judges or the powers that be or whatever, what is it that they didn't like about him that you felt like he wasn't getting a fair shake sometime when he was in some of his biggest fights?
Because they hadn't seen anybody like him before. Pernell, he hit you from anywhere at any time. And being a softballs aren't supposed to be that great. And Pernell, one of the best softballs ever walked the planet Earth.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Tommy, thank you so much, sir. Junior Jones, this question is for you. You won your first 32 fights. Now, we know your 33rd fight, you lost your 33rd fight. But your first 32 fights, what was your mindset? Because I could just imagine if I boxed before for 5 years and, at King Kong's gym in Tampa, Florida. Don King had that gym. And my trainer was Detective Tommy Ellis out of Tampa, Florida. When you won your first 32 fights, did you feel like what was your mind? Did you feel like you was invincible at that time? Couldn't nobody beat you? Like, what was your mindset going into your 33rd fight? Because you won the first 32 and you were smoking dudes. You were smoking them. But when you lost your first fight, psychologically, what did that first loss do to you after winning 32 straight?
That messed me up because my first loss was, I should have moved up to 22 at the time, but I was trying to stay there for the Gonzalez fight. It never happened, so I blame myself there because the first loss was a case for error. I just depleted myself. I didn't have the strength to really go on. So that's what happened in that fight.
Yes, sir. And yes, sir. And I know I said I had 3 questions, but I had one more. This Tommy, this is for you, and Junior Jones, this is for both of you guys. What the hell is the criteria for both of you guys to get into the Hall of Fame? It seems like the Hall of Fame is very subjective. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I don't really know what the criteria is supposed to be, but why you two, in your opinion, are not in the Hall of Fame as of right now?
Hey, who knows? Who knows?
It says something I don't focus on, because like I said, I know what I did. I know that I did the best I can. The time it's half for my heart out every fight. So,
like I said before, when he stopped Barrera, that should have put him in the Hall of Fame by itself.
Yeah, yes, sir. Thank you so much.
But nothing time people forget is Gonzalez before him, he had 17 defenses. We played these North American, we fought him, and we didn't beat him. Then for Barrera, so there's things that might give me a bump, but if it don't happen, I know to my heart the best I can.
Yes, sir. Thank both of you gentlemen so much. Thank you.
No problem.
Coach, you know what, Coach?
Yeah, baby.
You asked me. I feel I enjoyed the Gonzalez fight more than the Barrera fight.
Well, either one, you deserve to be there.
Well, but I like Gonzalez better because you got this guy broke the record. I mean, 17 defenses, so I haven't been more to me.
Again, like I said, either one of them, you deserve to be in the Hall of Fame.
I gotta say to you, Junior, last time you were on, I'm telling you right now, a lot of messages talking about it was great to see Junior Jones. So you got a lot of fans, brother. You got a lot of fans. My whole thing here is trying to bring education to people that don't know, about that era and the grittiness and how much we had to put in work. Like it wasn't the same thing. There was no snack, concoction that you could take, no tricks of the trade or nothing. Like, it was just like boxing, it was boxing. You had to train hard, and that was that.
Exactly.
And
boxing right now is watered down.
Yeah, man, and a lot of people remember you.
Yeah, boxing today is watered down. It's not the same. And coach about for me that back in our era, it was much tougher. You had to fight. Today,
yeah, man,
what you gotta have a good mountain. You gotta take care where you want to go.
Yeah, man. A lot of people definitely left a lot of messages saying that they were happy to see you. So I'm glad to see you back. And like I said before, I know you came on and you were in the chat a couple of times since then. But you're always welcome on. As soon as I see your name in the background, I'm bringing you onto the panel, man. You're always welcome here. All right, brother?
Yes, sir.
That's what's up, man. So anyway, I'm not bad to interrupt, man. I just wanted to let him know that.
Well, thank you. Appreciate you, man.
So So look, since we've been chopping it up about you guys, because you guys were the stars today. Let's just move forward to the fight that's coming up. Not this weekend, but on Juneteenth. Teofimo Lopez versus mandatory Cambosos. What does that mean for the lightweight division if y'all following that? What does that mean for that? He's saying that he's definitely taking on Haney. I've spoken to both Junior Lopez, which is Teofimo's father. I've spoken to Bill Haney, which is Devin Haney's father. And they both seem very adamant that they need that fight, to clear up this whole WBC mess with the Undisputed. What do you guys think about that fight?
I'd say the best man win.
Yeah, I like Teofimo though.
You like Teo?
Yeah, I like Teofimo in that fight.
All right. I mean, anybody else on the panel got any questions about upcoming fights?
I had another question for Coach Tommy.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Do you think it's a difference between a coach, a trainer, and a teacher when it comes to the sport of boxing? And if so, can you differentiate the two or the three? What's the difference between a teacher or a coach or a trainer? Because a lot of these guys get some mitts and they can do mitt drills and they think they're trainers.
First, before you start,
it's a combination of all of them. To be a trainer, you got to be a combination of all of them. To be a good trainer.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm a kind of coach. Tommy was a great teacher, a good coach, and a great trainer. And the thing is, he separate each one to show me the other teacher, each one a different course.
And I apologize. I skipped over Dead Kyle. My bad, my brother.
No, all good, brother. I've got just one question. I was going to ask you earlier, Tommy, but I actually slipped my mind. But I was going to see if you agree. So a lot of young guys when I'm training, they come in and they all want to throw power punches and hit the hardest. But I always say the most important first punch to land in boxing is the jab. Would you agree with that? That's the most important.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, I 100%.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, and that's the first punch someone should learn, shouldn't they? Learn how to perfect the jab.
Yeah.
And a jab sets everything up.
Offense and defense.
Yep, it sets everything up in boxing, doesn't it?
Exactly.
That's all the other punches up. Yeah.
Because coach, you know what you got to think about it. Fights we lost was guys that didn't let me jab enough.
Yeah.
If you took away my jabs, that made the fight easy.
Because I see a lot of young guys, they come in the gym when they start boxing, they just want to throw hooks and uppercuts and big punches. They think that's what makes a great fighter who can be strong, but a jab is what will set everything up,
Exactly.
Really, they don't understand that, though, unfortunately.
It's a lost art.
It is. It really is. Yeah.
All right, that's what's up. Well, listen. So I know that we're going to move it over to Mark Nash's channel in a minute. He usually has his thing on Monday after mine. So first and foremost, I want to let everybody know where to find you guys and thank you. Well, I'll give my last thanks after everybody else. But Jed, tell everybody where to find you and what you do. Coach, after you, it's Mark, then Troy, and then I'll let these gentlemen say their last piece, and then I'll thank everybody else for being here.
Me first. I'm currently in the process of getting a channel, but just for the time being, you can follow my gym at Outlaw Boxing on Instagram, and it's got the same, like I said, the same logo here. You'll find that on Instagram. That's where you can find us. And to both gentlemen, Coach Tommy and Junior Jones, if you're ever in Australia, more than welcome to come in my gym. It would be an honour to have either of you.
Thank you. I appreciate it, bro.
Thank you.
100%, my bro. Both of you. Absolute pleasure to talk to both of you, and you're welcome anytime you're in my country. It'd be a pleasure to experience your wealth of knowledge. Thanks, brothers.
Thank you.
And thank you for showing up. I know it's a different time zone over there in Australia, brother, but I always appreciate your insight. Very smart guy, always respectable, always knows about the old school. So that's why Jed Kyle is always welcome on this platform.
Pleasure, brother. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Coach Malachi.
Yes, sir, man. That's Coach Malachi Williams of New Media Today, USA Boxing. Mr. Tommy Brooks, I have a great deal of respect for you, sir. You trained two of my favorite fighters of all time. Pernell Whitaker, I was a fanboy of Pernell Whitaker. I would go to war for Pernell, didn't even know the man, but that's where I was at with it. That's where I was at with it. Junior Jones, my brother, I've been following your career for a long time. I'm 47 years old. Much love and respect to you. We got to do something. We got to do everything we can to try to get these brothers to the Hall of Fame, guys. So, if you're ever in Miami, that's where I live at. If you're ever in Miami, man, I would love to see you guys, meet up with you guys. I have a great deal of love and respect for you guys. I'm on New Media Today USA Boxing on YouTube. That's how you get in contact with me. And on Instagram.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Chad.
Yes, sir. Instagram, Coach Malachi Williams.
And I'm gonna repeat it because he talks real fast. New Media USA Boxing, because you said that fast as hell, Coach Malachi.
New Media Today USA.
New Media Today. My bad. Yeah. He talks fast as hell. That's one of them Southern Miami city flippers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm real country, so
no doubt, brother. I appreciate you being on, man. And then Mark, go ahead, brother.
Yes. Thank you so much again for your time today, Coach Tommy. Thank you again, Junior Jones.
Anytime.
Thank you, Chop for pulling up. The Rock, man. You know what I'm saying? Yo, this has been a crazy night of boxing entertainment for you guys. I hope y'all really enjoyed it. Again, thank you to the guests. Thank you again to the panel. My name is Mark Nash, host of Breaking the Beats, where we break down the business, entertainment, art, technology, sports, and anything else I feel like squeezing into those letters. We will be starting in, actually, we're simulcasting, so I'm going to end that one and start the fresh one. And thank you guys again. You can find me on all platforms at Mark Nash, like you see right here.
And plug your project.
And it's
got a
my
project
website
dropping this week, bro.
Absolutely.
Tell
I'm an artist. Absolutely. I'm an artist, producer, engineer, songwriter, video director, web design. I make the merch, and you can get that merch at marknash.com. I got a new project dropping on Friday called Edith. It stands for Every Day I Try Harder. It's an acronym, and it's an ode to my mother. My mother is still alive. She's on the project, and she participated in it, which is a blessing. So I'm dedicating it to her while she's still here, and she can get her flowers while she's still alive. And yeah, man, I'm truly proud of the project. Can't wait for you guys to hear. We're gonna do a little listening over there later on. I'm gonna get your advice on the album. Well, your critique, not your advice, because it's out. It's over. So but thank you guys again for your time. Thank you guys again for answering my questions. And you guys can find me on all platforms at Mark Nash, marknash.com. And I probably got about 80 records streaming in your phone right now. But the new project drops this Friday. Hit single Collards and Yams. We dropped it on May the 1st. We almost had 4,000 views on that in less than a month, which is big for me being an independent artist. We almost had 2K subscribers on YouTube. So we grinding, man. We taking the stairs. Some guys want to take the escalator and the elevator. I don't mind taking the stairs, baby. So we just grinding it out. My degree is in mass comm, and that's what I do, what I work on and try to pass the word out to people. So if I can help in any way as far as promotion, graphic design, getting your merch out, marketing, branding, don't hesitate to reach out. My email is in the description block of every video I drop. marknash27@gmail.com, or you can reach out to me at marknash.com or marknash on Instagram, or leave me a comment in one of my YouTube videos. We go live 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard. But on Mondays, I always do the collab efforts with Major Key to support him and help him grow his channel, as well as grow my channel and, share the audience. So thank you again for your time. Thank you again for the promo, Major Key. And I'll see y'all over there in a little bit. It was a pleasure meeting you, Brother Tommy. It was a pleasure meeting you, Mr. Jones.
Thank you. Same here.
God bless.
After we done, make sure y'all check out Mark Nash. Cool brother, man. He was actually on my first live. Always kept it 100 with me, and we've been working ever since. So shout out to Mark Nash. And of course, everybody else, Coach Malachi, Jeff Kyle, you know what I'm saying? Troy Graham, last words before we get to Junior Jones and Tommy Brooks.
Yes, sir. Just from the bottom of my heart, man, I appreciate you, brother, for giving us your time and, for being so open and telling those stories, man. You touched a lot of people tonight. And Coach, you're coming back, the end of the month to do Coach's Corner again, right?
Yes, without
so
a doubt.
Definitely see you again. And Junior, as you know, Junior, you always got a home with us, brother. You always got a home, brother. So you all right. That's right. And look, we have a motto here at Major Keys. Major Keys is the home of legends and great fighters, man. If you all could say that before you get off the panel, that'll be great for us. Major Keys is the home of legends and great fighters. All right? Thank you for your time, brother. Appreciate you.
That's what's up. So, Junior Jones, any final words?
Yeah, man, I'm thankful for the platform you guys gave us today. People got a chance, what I gotta say and everything like that. So I'm just appreciating. I thank you guys from the bottom of my heart.
We appreciate you, man. Like Tommy Brooks said earlier, we appreciate you. We appreciate you, brother, for real, for real. You know what I mean? So I know you say you appreciate everybody, and I know that you're humble about that, and you mean it, but we mean it to you. We appreciate you. You know what I mean? So always remember that, man. All right?
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Major Keys to play for legends and great fighters.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
Thank you, brother.
What's going on, Mr. Brooks? Final word.
You got it, babe. Hey, Joe, man, I appreciate every one of you guys.
Yes, sir, man.
And for Junior,
Appreciate you.
I wouldn't be me without you there, champ.
All right, thank you, Clark. Appreciate it. I
Same
wouldn't be
thing
no
with The
without
Rock.
you. Thank you.
That's word up. I appreciate you, Mr. Brooks, for being on here. We'll see each other later on this month, towards the end of the month, and we'll go from there. But
Okay, champ.
thank you, sir. And you guys, like I said, I appreciate everybody showing up. You know what I'm saying? Chop Corley came on earlier. The Rock came on earlier. You know what I mean? We had a couple of guests pop in and out. Shelton Moore, all of that great stuff. I appreciate all of y'all, and anybody that I didn't get to see that was in the background, or I didn't get to put on the platform. Apologies, but let's all take it to Mark Nash, and also keep in mind, you see my Cash App, maybe keep boxing, show some support so we can get a little platform. We're gonna be looking for equipment and all of that. I send receipts every Monday. I show what's going on with it. So support the channel if you can, of course, and that's about it, man. Everybody, keep the Mark Nash's channel. And salute, man. Another great Major Key Monday, man. That's what we do here.
Yeah, Major Keys, I wanted to shout out Mark, and Coach before I left and give them some love.
Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Coach. Thank you, Mark, for definitely standing by us, and linking up with us, man. We definitely appreciate you, brother.
No problem.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Definitely appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
And and just in closing, I'm gonna say it again, man. Major Keys is the home of legends and great fighters, and that's obvious right now. That's obvious.
Yeah,
if
man.
you don't know, well, you need to ask somebody. That's right.
And Coach Malachi, pretty much live every weekday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So go check them out as well. All right, y'all. We out of here. Have a great night.
Peace out.
Pleasure once again, Major Key. Thanks for having us on, my brother.
Yes, sir. Email me anytime. I'll let you know what's going on, Jed.
Yeah, then,
all right.
Well, thank you, Jed, brother, man. I'm sorry, Jed. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good pleasure, Troy. Pleasure. All right, sir.